So we're overdue with doing our top 5 Samuel Jackson movies. So that's what we're doing today. Like I was saying, Josh was gone for a couple weeks because he broke his body. So he's been we've been giving him time to recoup.
There we go. Right here. I'm not lying.
Broke his
right
body.
His body. My funny bone. Ha ha. You know, humorous. Yeah.
And,
so
and this afternoon, I watched the first episode of Them. This is going to be a great fucking show.
Okay. I wanted to start it. I wanted to at least get an episode in before we got on here.
Yeah.
But I was exhausted because just all day yesterday, and then I ended up having to take the boy home. And so when I got home, I took a nap. So I didn't get a chance to check out the show, but I definitely want to watch it. And hopefully, I don't know if everybody will have time to finish it this week so we can talk about it next Sunday. And so hopefully we can all watch it and finish it. So that'll be our next topic. But right now we're doing Samuel Jackson, which was easier for me than the Eddie Murphy.
This one was more
chop them out.
Yeah, this was more of a challenge for me because I went and mixed up some things and also everybody there's only 3 of these characters from movies are not on my top 5,
but one of them is.
One of them is, yeah. These are just very iconic characters that I know a lot of people know Samuel Jackson for.
Oh,
we're not doing.
So you did just based on his characters, not the movies.
No, not the list. Just this picture right here. This picture is based on his characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
His biggest characters.
Yeah. But for example, we're talking about he has to be in it for a good amount of screen time, and Nick Fury to me he has some good amount of screen time, but not a lot to say. Hey,
not enough.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I did mine based on movies as a whole. He's good in, but the movie as a whole is a good movie. Damn near because of him. Actually, yeah, because of him. All of these movies, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, anything, it's he's always the
stands
highlight
out
of the movie to me.
Yeah.
Stands out, standout character. So
yeah. Okay, so who wants to start off and go first?
I think Tasha went first on the Eddie Murphy. So me and Josh. You led with some bullshit on Eddie Murphy. So you could redeem yourself right now and go.
I'm going to redeem myself as a whole, but I don't have to go first.
I watched a couple of lists of movies that 5 to 10 Eddie Murphy films, and Shrek was a lot more than that one of the movie we talked about. So I don't know if I don't know, man. I think it's even things where Life might be in some other list, and Shrek might be more because it's very popular with the family. What
was the age groups of these lists?
We didn't talk about it. I'm guessing. Well, the list was our personal favorite, so I can see why Tasha liked it because she watched it with that. Shrek was her babysitter, so I get why that would be on her list.
Yeah.
But it was still good. Yeah. It's not just Life was that.
Life was my babysitter.
Yeah, see, yeah.
It babysat you.
Yeah. I was busy. And Harlem Nights and Coming to America, that was my babysitter too. So
okay, we'll let Lamar start it off. So Lamar, you go first with your
That's pretty fucked up. Are we gonna do clues or are we just gonna do the
So I got mine ready already. So I did clues and quotes. So whichever you're feeling.
Oh, shit.
Clues or quotes, not both. Whichever one.
I just mix it in, clues and quotes. So
if so, because I don't know about some quotes from my
yeah.
Yeah.
So I say McLean, 5 gallons, and a poster that says nigga.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah.
That was definitely a Samuel Jackson standout.
Yeah.
I still fucking love that movie. That's a movie. That's one of those you can't change the channel movies. If you see it on TV, you're gonna watch it. Maybe at a commercial you'll change it because you got an attitude because it's edited. But that's one of those movies you're gonna watch all the way through. Still,
that's not what he said.
Because the sign says "I hate everybody" on TV or something.
Yeah.
They had to change that.
Yeah, it doesn't work the same. But I fucking love that movie. Mm-hmm. And thinking back, I think that was the first movie I saw personally where he actually stood out as a main character. He kind of makes you pay attention. I'm about to be somebody big, for me at least.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 'cause I think I saw Pulp Fiction or all these other movies later. That was the first standout movie. Like, of course, I saw Coming to America, but it was on like 2 seconds.
Right.
And then Goodfellas, he's like, he has like 2 words in Goodfellas. It's like those random, random parts. But in this movie, it was like, who the fuck is this black guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This made him stand out.
Yeah. And he also, after watching this, I can't really enjoy the first 2 of Die Hard films.
Right.
Because I like Samuel Jackson brings a lot with Bruce Willis. That when I saw Bruce Willis by himself, I was like, I'm not feeling it. And a lot of people like Die Hard, but I wasn't one of those people that would go to Die Hard first.
No.
It would be the third one because of Samuel Jackson.
Funny thing is, the third one is the first one I watched. And then I had to go try to watch the other ones.
Same here. Same here. Yeah, this is what Dad showed me. It was like this, Lethal Weapon 4, Beverly Hills Cop 3. It's like the final installments of the franchise at that time were the first ones I saw.
Wasn't Vengeance kind of rated lower than the first 2, or am I thinking of the wrong franchise?
I think people prefer the first one no matter what, then the third one, and then the second one. But then it varies, you know. I mean, I don't know if there's a definitive
I feel like
list.
I heard that, like they like those worst movies in a franchise type list, like top 10 or whatever. I could have swore that was on there, but maybe
they put Vengeance on there.
That's what I'm thinking, but I could be thinking of the wrong franchise.
Huh. That would be pretty dumb. Like that, I think Vengeance brought all the attention. Like Die Hard is one of those action movies you watch it if you like. I can't even remember nobody talking about Die Hard like that, like heavy like that, until Die Hard with a Vengeance came out. That's why I said it was the first one I watched. Like it was like excited from the beginning. But I did like Bruce Willis. Like I liked him. He had the movie with Damon Wayans. He had like all these other movies. So it's kind of like you kind of just liked him for what he was. But in here, I think Samuel Jackson helped him stand out even more.
Mm-hmm. Like their banter together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come to think about it, I think to me Bruce Willis is better when he has somebody by him.
Black
Maybe
side.
a black guy, but like, Samuel Jackson died with a vengeance. Damon Wayans, Last Scout, Chris in The Fifth Element, you know.
Every time.
Stephen, 16 Blocks, you know.
It kind of helps him. He can't do it on his own.
Yeah, for real.
All right, good choice. All right, Josh, what's your number 5?
All right, so number 5 is high school hoops basketball.
Coach Carter.
Yeah.
That's one of those good classics too.
Yeah, that one's really good. I mean, you know, every time I see Samuel Jackson, like when I saw the trailer, I'm like, I think it's gonna be good because he's always good in whatever he is, and even if it's a terrible movie, he's always good in it. But Coach Carter, that was no terrible movie. Like that was actually a really good film, really good.
Coach Carter had a chance to fail, and I'm surprised that it stand out like it does. Because remember we were talking about that Ben Affleck movie? I said they always do this fucking coach inspiring movie.
Yeah.
It's a good chance. Like Sunset Park, it worked, and then there's like a lot of them. You're just like, oh, okay. And then this one came out, it worked. It's like a lot of them. You're like, it's like everybody does that shit. Everybody does that.
Yeah, they do it, but like this one, like even if it was kind of like you've seen it before, there's something I did like about it. Like I liked about each character in it. And like I said, like those movies didn't have Samuel Jackson in it, so that was a plus for this movie, you know.
I think honestly, I think I didn't even, for the fact that they said it was a Richmond movie, like they were like, this movie's made in Richmond.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That made me want to watch it.
Yeah.
And then I ended up liking it.
But then at the end, they don't win, but they get like
spoiler alert.
Props. Anyway, spoiler alert. We can do a spoiler alert. Like usually I'm the one that's saying it. Now I'm giving up. Wait. Everybody else is saying.
This is the movie where they don't win? I thought Sunset Park they don't win. So they don't win in both.
Oh, really? Okay. I never seen Sunset Park. I never seen that.
I used to watch that all the time, but I don't remember. A lot of times with these sports movies, I can't ever remember how it ends, whether they win or lose, which is crazy. So it's almost like I'm watching it for the first time a lot of the times with these movies. I can never keep up with which one is which.
Sunset Park was a heartbreaker. I mean, he went for the jumper, and dude came and blocked the shit out of his shot, and they lost the game.
Fredro Starr?
It wasn't Fredro who shot it. It was what's the guy? The guy that his name was Butter, I think. The one that was good at math and shit. He was teaching the math. Yeah. It was him because he had the best jump shot, and he tried to shoot it, and they blocked the shit.
Damn,
blocked the shit out of him.
See, in Coach Carter, I think they just missed the shot or whatever, but blocking, damn. That's
he
Right,
blocked
that's
the
even
fuck
worse.
out of him.
Yeah.
It was the first movie
Get
I
outta
had ever
here.
seen like that. It was the first movie
Yeah.
I ever seen that was like heartbreaking like that. I was like, oh, they actually lost.
Mhm. Coach Carter was
Yeah.
so it was a true story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach Carter,
Yeah, it
okay.
was.
Okay.
Yeah. They made a big deal of that. And I think they were like, there's another thing about like he wanted to make sure the kids got good grades. So they
Right.
say you wouldn't be playing basketball unless you got like, you know, at least a B average.
Yeah.
Or, you know, A most. So that was another thing in the movie where, you know, everybody's all like saying you can't take that away from him. And he's just like, nah, you know, to make it in this world, just in case they can't get like, you know, can't make it into the professionals, they're gonna need a good education. See if they can do something else. Just like you know, real life.
Yeah.
So,
That's the reality of it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was number 5. I was about to put The Negotiator as my number 5, but like I think that's more of an honorable mention.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that was really good, but I think Coach Carter kind of made me feel something a little bit more than The Negotiator.
That one bumped Negotiator out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just wait till he gets
What?
All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, my clues are Riddles, Jesus, and McLean.
Yeah, Die Hard
Vengeance. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you guys explain to me the water riddle? I'm still to this day trying to figure out how the fuck they got.
Google it.
What was it, 4 or 5 gallons?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. And when I watched it recently, when they were doing it, I was okay, maybe as an adult, I'll understand it more.
Nope.
I was like, I still don't get it.
And they both came to the same conclusion. Like, I poured it in there. It's exactly 3 gallons. Put it in, you have 4 gallons. I was like, what? What did you just say? I want to understand it. I want to know.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
Right. I want to know.
I just Google it. I've given up trying to be a lot smarter than I'm not. Okay, so
very interesting. But yeah, so we talked a lot about this, so we can move on. But yeah, Die Hard
was the same
really
reasons. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Even the video game was fucking turned. You remember they came out with the Die Hard video game?
No.
Oh, with the
it was a trilogy.
Yeah. And you had but that one was hard because you had to drive through the city and click the bombs.
Yeah.
And if you weren't there on time, it would blow up. So I had a hard time playing it. Like, it was cool, but I was like, fuck this game. It's too hard.
It was hella excited. It was funny because nobody played the first game or the second game. You always went to the third one.
I went to the second. I like the second one. Yeah. For me, I went to the second one because it was like an arcade game where you had like the gun, you had to shoot.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
But no, because it was like, because Die Hard with Vengeance came out. That was the drive around game. And then Crazy Taxi came out like right after it.
I was just about to ask, is it like Crazy Taxi?
It was exactly the same.
Was it a like play at home
more
video
intense,
game, or was it
more
like
intense.
a go to the arcade video game?
No, let's play at home. It was on it was on Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Gamecast?
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
Yeah, right.
You got a Gamecast.
The only difference for me
It was
between
a Dreamcast.
Gamecast.
But there's GameCube and Dreamcast.
Gamecast. I only afford one.
Okay. So yeah, we can keep it going.
Okay. So it's Lamar's turn, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Number 4. Bad motherfucker. Tell that bitch to be cool. Tell her to chill out. Does he look like a bitch?
Are those the 3 clues?
Yeah.
Is that Shaft?
Hell
No, that's
What is
Pulp
that?
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
Those quotes in that movie is like that like solidified him as being the hardest at lines.
Oh.
Is that all in the one scene where he has that big monologue?
No, it's like it's that's from like a bunch of different scenes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the monologue is the one that really stands out to me.
When he quotes the Bible.
Yeah.
Ezekiel, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the say what again came from. That was so fucking funny to me.
Oh. So I talked to one of our fans yesterday, and I guess we need to put more emotions to when we quote something.
Who said that?
When we quote something?
Yeah, the fan that said we need more emotions when we talk about.
Mostly you and
certain
I,
things.
Josh. That
Really?
was more directed towards us.
Us, really? Oh, okay.
You and I,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. The person who's watching it, you know what we're talking about, right?
I'll be getting hyped in my quotes, shit. But I don't get too hyped because if you guys don't know it, then I end up looking stupid. Because I'll be hyped and you guys just be
like me, was that Shaft?
Yeah. No, it wasn't like Shaft. It was Pulp Fiction. That's it. That's me getting emotional.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
It was more passion. You have to have more passion, is what she was saying.
Fuck.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Pulp Fiction. What about it? What about it?
But yeah, for number 4.
Oh, I thought we talked about.
No, we talked about Die Hard with a Vengeance. We haven't talked about Pulp Fiction.
No, because I said this is the one that let me know that he's the guy for quoting lines. The delivery of his lines were like serious but hilarious at the same time. Because he wasn't bullshitting, but it's fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. So I Pulp Fiction overall is a great movie. I didn't really care for Quentin Tarantino's character as much, but the rest of the movie is like because I feel like he was saying nigga for no reason. Like I don't
just because he could say it, just because he thought, I better say it because I'm
talking
about Samuel Jackson
or Samuel Jackson's character.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was like, "What did I say? Bring a dead nigger to my house." It's like now you're kind of saying it for no reason. What are you saying it for?
Yeah. The way he said it, like dead nigga storage. I'm like,
and then his wife was black. I was like, what the fuck? What was the whole point of this?
She was?
Yeah, remember she came home? He was like, get it out. He was like, get this cleaned up before my wife gets here. And she got there, she was black.
I didn't see that part. I always thought they never showed her because they had to clean it up before her wife got home. Yeah,
they had it clean, and then right before she got there, she was black.
It doesn't, because don't they cut to like her or him like later and she's around or something?
It's some shit. Like they show it.
I thought it was he talks to the
cleaning lady.
No, I thought he talked to what's it called? They talked to Harvey Keitel, who was like, all right, we need to get this out of the garage. Yeah.
The wolf.
Yeah. Do you remember who played her, or was it some random girl?
They showed her so quick, I don't remember who it was, but I know she was black.
I gotta watch it again because I don't remember, but I could be wrong. But I'll check it out.
And you know how like the movie's kind of all over the place as far as like timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been a moment that had nothing to do with the whole scenario with them going to his house.
Yeah, but I think
she's in it. She's in it for a quick glimpse.
Yeah, it was quick. It wasn't long enough to even be a character.
Yeah.
But it was like you need to hurry up before she gets home. He was like,
and then she gets home.
My wife gets home,
and she got home. And
like I said, I don't even know if it had anything to do with that scenario.
It might not have been. It might have been like right when they got done cleaning up. I can't even. I haven't seen it in a minute, but I just know she was black, and I know she showed up.
But did she show up after like they took the stuff
after they finished cleaning up?
Okay.
Oh no! They showed it. It was a dream reel. It was like a dream reel. Remember they were like carrying the body, and she walks in like, oh my god! It's like they're thinking of a scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Because like my wife comes home and sees I gotta. Yeah, my wife comes home, see I have a dead nigga in my house, and she walks in and she like drops her purse. She's like a nurse or some shit.
Maybe that's why you don't think that it's his wife. Like off.
I gotta watch.
Yeah, she walks in. Samuel Jackson and John Travolta are carrying the body, and she's like, "Oh my god!" Like, and then they switch back to the wolf, and the wolf is helping them clean up.
Mm-hmm. So that was quick. I must have missed that.
It was just like some kind of little it was some kind of little dream sequence. It did happen though.
Yeah, that movie as a whole, like, it's good, but it's not like I want to watch Pulp Fiction and put it on type of movie.
I do though. I get in the mood to watch it.
Yeah.
I can't say anymore. I can't say that.
What you about to say, John?
I gotta wait.
Oh, okay.
But for me, it's one of those go-to movies. Like it's one of those. I don't know. It's a movie you don't take too serious, but it's like entertaining. There's some disturbing shit in there, but it's entertaining.
Yeah, I think it's a cool movie, but like a lot of people say, oh, the last really great classic movie was Pulp Fiction. Compared to like other
all that.
No, I'm saying like compared to all the other ones. No, I'm going by hearing what's like a couple other people.
Right, you're quoting somebody else. Yeah,
yeah. It's not me. I'm like, yeah, it's good, but I've seen other movies I've enjoyed more and think are better as a film.
For me, it was just for me. This is the first movie I've seen directed like that. You know how Quentin Tarantino directs all over the place.
Yeah,
it was the first movie I seen that was like that I kind of stayed in with it.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why it gets hella props, like why it can be considered like one of the best films of all time, because I didn't like when I first watched it, I kind of wasn't paying attention to it, so I got confused, like what the fuck, wasn't he dead? How's he alive still?
Yeah.
But I sat down and watched it, I was like, oh man, I get it, I'm not confused, I get where it's at. It's basically a movie it starts at the end, then goes into the beginning, and then goes at the end.
Right.
And, you know, I didn't need to look it up. That's a film you don't really have to look it up. You just really got to pay close attention to understand what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Because even at the end, it wasn't even the end. It was like the part before the end.
It was the beginning. Yeah. Because I think the timeline of the movie starts when Ving Rhames is talking to Bruce Willis before his fight.
Right.
Yeah. And then, that's like, that's the so-called, like, sort of not really the middle of the film, but like there's the first part and then the second part. To me, the second part is actually the beginning of the timeline of the film, and then the first part's kind of like after those. It's kind of like it's all over the place. Yeah. But like I don't really know how to explain it, but like I get where like the timeline is in the movie of events.
Isn't the beginning like? Because it starts off with the couple at the cafe or restaurant, right? Getting ready to stay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
that's the very beginning of the movie. So, but that's the end.
Very end. Yeah.
No, that's not the very end though.
It is because
Jules walks out with the briefcase.
Right, they walked in the briefcase, but John Travolta's still alive.
Okay, so
right. Okay, yeah, he does get killed.
Okay, yeah. So it's the after they go to the hotel. They go to where Ving Rhames is talking to Bruce Willis. That's the first part of the timeline. Then all this stuff happens, and then at the what happens at the beginning, that's supposed to be the middle of the timeline.
Right.
Yeah, that's not part of the movie. I'm talking about like just the time, chronological order.
Right.
You know, the ending. You know, that's the end. That takes place kind of like during the middle of the whole timeline.
So like the end, the whole Ving Rhames.
Yeah,
that's the end. That's
the very end. Not the end of the movie, but that's the very end.
The timeline
of the
end
timeline.
Of the story. It's the end of the story.
Yeah.
Because John Travolta and Samuel Jackson in the restaurant, and Samuel saying I'm retiring, and John Travolta's like no, and that's their whole argument. So that's why John Travolta's alone, and he gets killed by Bruce Willis because it's like he has to work alone, and he got caught slipping.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, this whole shit is if you don't know by now, this whole shit is a spoiler alert. So plug your ears.
Pulp Fiction by now.
Here's announce our movies and then fast forward.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we want to move on to Josh? You haven't done your number 4 yet, right? That was just Lamar's.
Yeah, that was mine.
Yeah. We got caught up in like explaining
interesting.
The editing of Pulp Fiction and
it makes you want to go turn it on, huh, Tasha? It makes you want to go sit down and watch it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is the end.
All right. So, I got a quote. All right, ready? Know me. It's my duty to please that booty.
That shaft. The first one or the second one?
First one. The second one was horrible.
I had no like nah. But the first one, it had like one of my favorite actors. What's his name?
Busta Rhymes?
Jeffrey Wright.
No, Jeffrey Wright. Yeah.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. See, the guy that plays Peoples, that's the first time he's done a character like that. First and only time. Busta Rhymes, that's the only character he's ever played. Every movie,
he's Busta Rhymes all the time.
Yeah, he plays Busta Rhymes as Busta
Rhymes. Yeah, no, Shaft was good.
That was a cool movie.
Peoples was the most standout character in that fucking movie. He said Egyptian cotton, motherfucker. I was like, what did he say?
Is he that? That's wrong. That's wrong.
He always last couple letters of a word.
You say you fighting, you bring him. Look at my brother. You fighting, you bring him to me. I was like, this guy is fucking crazy. He was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And what's his name showed us true colors in there too. Batman.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, that's who he really is.
First movie I saw him in.
He's a racist son of a bitch.
Yeah, that scene was disturbing. That scene was hard.
Yeah, That was Mekhi Phifer at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit. And then Tony Collette's in it, so it's got a good cast.
Like, he was too convincing. He was too. You can't say a line like "Brothers got rhythm still" when he's like shaking and convulsing. I was like, you can't be that racist.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah. Dude, he was more convincing in this than he was in Harsh Times.
And in Batman.
Harsh Times? No, don't. No. Have you seen Harsh Times?
That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, no. If you thought he was not a convincing Batman, watch him. He's not a convincing like hardcore thug from like the street or whatever. Like,
I feel like you've mentioned that movie before. I think that's why it sounds familiar.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
He to me. I say this. Like Jake Gyllenhaal, like it seemed like he was trying to be Southpaw. They were going for that Southpaw character that Jake Gyllenhaal played, but Christian Bale it just didn't work out. I don't know if he was just trying to focus on not breaking his accent because he's trying to play an American.
Was he a boxer?
No, he was just like this kind of low life, like trying to be in the thug life, whatever, like trying to be all hardcore, trying to get his life together. Just got out of jail and just can't get his shit together.
Did Shaft come out around the time American Psycho did?
I believe so. Either before or after, because Shaft came out in 1999, and I think American Psycho came out 99, maybe 2000. So it's around the same time, like far away from Batman Begins. You know, that was it. Batman Begins came out 2005.
It shouldn't have began.
Batman should have ended before.
Batman should have ended. Yeah. You know what else should have began?
No, let's move on.
Then again, if that didn't begin, I wouldn't have gotten my 4-hour favorite. One of my favorite. So that's the only thing I like.
I still haven't watched it. I want to watch that, but I want to make sure I have time to watch it.
Yeah, because you do need time. You need 4 hours of free time.
I want to watch it,
but worth it. Yeah, this one was really cool. Like I said, I liked everybody in it. This is the first movie I saw Jeffrey Wright in. I mean, it's hard to pick a performance by Samuel Jackson because he's good in everything he does. And I think this was like the first, besides 187, which I wasn't too crazy about as a kid because I didn't understand it. This was like the first leading role I saw Samuel Jackson in.
Hey Josh, I need you to stop mentioning other movies and talking down on them in your reviews.
I'm not saying that because at the time,
your movie.
at the time, I'm just saying 187. If somebody says, "Wait, what about 187?" Because I was like another movie he was like the star in,
right?
And I liked it better when I was growing up. But watching Shaft, I watched Shaft before I watched 187 again,
right?
And that was like a leading role he was like Shaft was in. I never seen any of the other Shafts. Dad never showed it to me, so I thought.
Oh, you mean the old school Shaft?
Yeah, no, I've always heard about it, but never seen the original ones. So this was my introduction to the character, to Shaft. And this is the only movie I've seen Shaft in, so that's another thing. So, but yeah, that's
the character. You mean the character Shaft?
Yeah,
he's talking about the character from Richard Roundtree to Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, and he's also in this movie. He plays his uncle.
Yeah.
So it's a fun little action. What's it called? Cop movie. It's not even like an exploitation film. I wouldn't call it.
No,
it's an actual
a black exploitation.
Black exploitation. Yeah, no, it's actually
more legit. More of a legit.
Yeah, John Singleton. That's the reason why.
I know when I saw it, I didn't know what the backstory was, or like not backstory, but like the main storyline, which was what's his name, Christian Bale's character assaulting and he dies, right? So he basically murdered him. I didn't know that was going to be the baseline of the movie plot. I just knew it was like it was a Shaft movie, and they were having Samuel Jackson play this character now. So going to see it was like, this is what they're doing. All right, fuck.
yeah. No, I tell you, I thought Christian Bale was gonna be the main villain, and then Peoples comes in, and he's the main villain in the our antagonist, I'll say. And then Christian Bale kind of gets pushed off to like the side, for a bit, but still like a main problem since he's the one that killed that one brother at the beginning.
Yeah, I wanted him to kill that mother. I wanted Christian Bale to die.
Oh,
the brother still got rhythm. I was like,
what?
This motherfucker.
I like he's all pressing charges or something for what? Knocks it out again. I mean, if there's gonna be a modern Shaft, Samuel Jackson was the one to do it because he's hella cool.
You need that. You need that dude that don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Perfect casting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so anything more about Shaft before I go to mine?
That's it. Number 4, Shaft.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right. The quote for my number 4 is, "Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell."
It's Mississippi Burning or it's,
no.
It's, I always confuse the titles. Mississippi Burning. A Time to Kill.
Yeah.
I was trying to be like, hey,
I always confuse. Like it's like 3 movies around that time. I always confuse the names of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Time to Kill is like one of those movies. It's hard to say it's good because of the content of it, but it is a good movie, and it's like, as a parent, I don't even think you have to be a parent to feel what he felt. Like, kill all of them. Like,
it was a time to fucking kill. That's what it's time to kill.
Yeah. So amazing movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wouldn't like movies like that. I don't call them good. I call them deep. Like that. I'll
say this. It's a good, well-made movie, but I didn't be like, oh, I enjoyed that film because I was too busy.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like the acting was good in that movie.
Yeah. Like the part where he's like, when the dude asked, like, what's his name, the one that got shot and lost, like, they had to amputate his leg, and Samuel Jackson goes and apologizes to him, like, I didn't mean to hit you. You were just at the wrong place at the wrong time, because he was just trying to. He was the cop escorting the 2 fucking pigs that were like that did that.
Aiming for.
Yeah. And so at that one scene where he's just like, "No, turn him loose. He's a hero." That was a dope ass scene, because he's all like, "You fucked up what you did to me, but I understand why you did what you did."
Right. Everybody gets it.
Yeah, I'm a father myself, and anybody comes after my children, they're dead too. So. Yeah, that was cool. But Tasha, go ahead. And sorry, don't mean to take the spotlight away from you.
Oh no, it's fine. I basically said it. Like it's hard to say it's a good movie, but it was like it was a good film, and the acting was good, and the story. If it makes you feel that deeply about something, like, yes, I want them to die, like kill them, and like applauding when he like succeeds.
Yeah.
But then also having to see him go on trial for what he did, and it's like.
And not
he murdered people, but
he went on trial and didn't give a shit. Like whatever happens.
Yeah.
Like I quoted, they deserve to die. I hope they burn in hell.
Yeah. And then Matthew kind of hit them with, he's all like, imagine this girl minding her business, and then it happens, and imagine if she was white.
Right.
He's all saying like, it doesn't matter, they're white, black, it's still fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was a human being, a child, a young girl.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
let's move on.
I was about to get into it. Like,
let's move on.
Yeah, people like that can die. All right, let's go move on. All right, can get shot. I don't care.
Fuck you. Period.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Time to Kill. Yeah, my number 4.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, I agree. That's a good movie.
We on number 3?
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. It's hard to do quotes from that. KOS stands for Capping on Suckers. What are these? What's missing? The flangy. Stupid Indians. Yes, I remember. See, this is why I don't get animated with my quotes. It's 187.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's why you got upset with me.
Yeah, that's why I said stop mentioning another movie.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, Shaft was the first movie that I appreciated, and then after I went back to watch 187, I appreciated it more as an adult. I never got it as a kid. I watched it at a young age, and it just didn't register at the time.
Yeah, I need to watch it again. I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen it in years, so I definitely didn't remember any of that.
Yeah,
that shit was a good movie. It was twisted. That's what I like, because it was like he just didn't. He went from caring to not giving a shit, but caring at the same time.
Because he's a teacher in this movie, right?
Yeah.
He's a teacher in this one, right? In a really hood school where there's like gangs, like rival gangs or something like that.
Yeah, but this was no like Stand and Deliverance. This was no Lean on Me. This was this was 187.
Stand and Deliverance.
Yeah, whatever. Stand and Deliverance, whatever. Not that other one.
Nah, it was just crazy because he comes from the East Coast. I believe it's the East Coast. I'm just assuming because it was like Method Man, and they were talking with that accent. And he's like over there, and I think he gets attacked by Method Man. Like Method Man, stabs him in his back. Then he goes to the West Coast, and it's like a different different area, but it's like the same bullshit. Like the gangs run the school, everybody, but he just doesn't give a shit by now.
Yeah.
Right.
So that shit
Did
was
he
crazy.
have something on his face? Was he wounded on his face or something, or no?
It was
it was on his back.
He got shanked in his back. Yeah,
it was all on his back.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, I need to watch that again.
No, it's a good movie.
I forgot about that whole Method Man
behind
scene
you.
too.
Yeah,
it's right. It's right there.
Yeah.
No, it was one of the like the one of the hood movies at that time I used to watch over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was crazy though.
I remember it being good. It just wasn't a movie I like frequented and watched over and over again. So.
I watched it hell of times.
Yeah. That's the first time I won Russian roulette. At the end, I didn't know. I was like, why the fuck did he?
Right.
Like, why are they doing that?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna. If you don't remember it, Tasha, I'm not gonna spoil it.
No. I was gonna say, was it him and one of the gang members that was doing Russian roulette?
Yeah.
Did he walk off and the gun goes off, or am I thinking?
No, they were sitting right there.
No, they were. Yeah, it's an intense scene right there.
Okay, don't remind me because I want to watch it again.
Yeah,
that shit was deep right there. That ending was deep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that's all we can say.
That's pretty much all you can say.
So, yeah, because the main guy, what's his name? Caesar. The main guy, he's from.
He was another shit too.
Yeah, like Light It Up, Mindhunters, and.
He's in that cop movie with fucking What's the cop movie where they were seeing ghosts and shit? With Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cop movie where they were seeing ghosts?
It's a crazy movie. It's like they were like LA cops, but they were doing like crooked shit. But they would see like ghosts and shit.
Okay, yeah. It must have been like maybe like a straight to video one or one that went under the radar.
You know why it was straight to video or not heard of? It came out like around that time of Training Day. So it got overshadowed like a motherfucker. Like nobody really remember at one point in time they were doing all of these LA cop movies.
Mm-hmm.
It was in that time frame, so it was like they kind of just blended in with the times.
Yeah,
I think his name is Clifton Collins Jr. or something like.
That's the dude's name.
Josh,
yeah, something.
You said he's in Mindhunters. Was he the one that was in the wheelchair?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, it's funny because 187. That's the hardest character I've ever seen him play.
Right,
like him playing the gangster, and every other time he's and Light It Up. He's like this little wimp kid. I'm like, all you got to do to be badass is shave your head.
Right,
be a bald head, and then y'all have mask. You're a badass.
But you know what? In 187, they kind of tap on that. It's like when they do the transformation, when the kids shave their head. Now all of a sudden they're like gangsters and killers.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
but that's what it is. Reality too.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. I could picture him, but I can't think of anything else he was in.
He was it's like Josh said. He was like a good kid. In this movie, he's fucking crazy. In the cop movie, he's like almost the same character, but he's a cop. It's like they're dirty cops. Him and Cuba Gooding Jr. are dirty cops.
But they see ghosts.
Oh wait,
like they see ghosts. It's weird.
No, I think I know what you're talking about. Because
they're like dirty LA cops.
I'll have to look for it.
I forgot what it's called, but I think I saw Dad watch it one day, and I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was crazy. Because the ghosts look fucked up. Like the ghost just out of nowhere. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know why they call it 187. Like, because there's not a lot of murdering. Like, spoiler, there's not a lot of murder.
But there's enough.
Not really. Not as much as I would. If I would call them 187, we'd be like,
I get what you're saying.
18,
like you would think
18 people need to have to die.
Yeah.
180. Like
187 people need to
have to die. Yeah. Because he just gets shanked. Like I understand if like some dude murders their teacher at the end, it's 187, and that's, you know what I mean? Like, to me, 187 would be like trying to figure out the homicide of it.
But there was during the movie. Like I said, I don't want to spoil it.
Oh yeah. I guess All right.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah. Still,
you need some more bodies. I need some more bodies.
Yeah. Because I was like, what does 187 mean? Homicide, or I'm like, I need more homicide. All right, I need more homicide in the movie about 187.
If
your movie is named after a homicide, then
if your movie's called a heist, and all you do is shoot motherfuckers without going to a bank, it's not.
You just steal anything. You didn't steal shit. You worked for that.
All they do is steal, like, candy or whatever, food.
All right. So what's next?
Josh, number 3.
All right, number 3. All right. I'm gonna do
bullshit. I feel like some bullshit is coming because he's laughing too hard.
Because I'm about to say something that's hella bullshit. Ready? All right. All right, ready, y'all? All right. Deepest, bluest, my hat is like a shark's fin.
You basically
Deep Blue Sea. The lyrics gave the whole title. You know what's funny? I don't know if I ever finished Deep Blue Sea. I don't know if I ever finished
so many times.
Me too, yeah.
I want to say I started watching it. I don't know if I ever made it through.
No.
Yeah.
Is it because, spoiler alert, Samuel Jackson?
No.
I was about to say it, but I was like, maybe he didn't get to that part.
You know what it probably was? When Deep Blue Sea came out, everybody was so hyped on it. Like, everybody that watched it was so hyped. Oh my God, and this happened, and this, and this. And it wasn't like, you know how some people get hyped and they'll just give you like the gist. Mm-hmm. They were giving play-by-plays, and the Sharks did this, and then they backed up. They were smart.
They swam backwards.
Fuck up. Like, they gave details. So when I'm watching it, I'm like, everybody already told me everything that's going on. I think I kind of tuned out. Like, I don't even want to watch this shit no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, then they said, what you call it, lives. He doesn't die. I'm like, so you just gonna give the whole movie out?
Do I LL Cool J? Spoiler, LL Cool J.
It was like
I had a feeling he wouldn't because they didn't kill him off in H2O. So I was like, he gonna survive in this one. I mean, at times I thought, oh man, he gone. I'm like, oh no, he made it. No, they gonna get rid of one brother. And that one brother.
it was unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I remember Desiree said something about like when Samuel Jackson makes this big inspirational speak, like, we're not gonna fight anymore. He's like saying like we're gonna get together, and Desiree's all, he's dead.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Now this movie to me, 187, yeah, I could say that's a better film than this one, or movies we said in the past, but like this one has a little bit more nostalgia to me, because I'm a big fan of shark films. Like Jaws was great, and then this one to me is like the second best shark film out there, besides Jaws 2. Yeah.
Like I said, at that time, everybody was hyped. Everybody was hyped off this movie, and it was like it's like, to be hyped, but don't tell me everything. Everybody that saw this movie wanted to say everything that happened in the movie. Like, damn, give me a chance to watch it. I want to be hyped too.
Yeah. Now the one that was like, holy shit, when I saw the trailers, when the fucking shark comes and like almost swallows that dude whole. Like, that's supposed to be like the money shot. Like, what's his name? Michael Rappaport. Do you remember that? Did anybody remember that scene? Like where he turns around. Yeah. Opens his mouth and like basically just like almost swallows them all the way.
Damn.
Like that was a part of the trailer. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I ain't seeing this, and then I saw it at home, and I got really into it. So that's number 3 for my personal favorite Samuel Jackson films. Like,
no, this is worldwide. This is worldwide favorites. Everybody's favorite is number 3.
Creating everybody's list.
Yeah. Now, would it be top 5 for LL Cool J? Maybe, but it's top 5 for Samuel Jackson.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
That's a conversation we won't be having
at all.
We'll cut it short. Yeah. People see number 3. Yeah. And if anybody got anything to say, just go on and post your comments below, and
we're not going to
change it. Yeah, I'll read them. I'll be like, okay, yep, it's cool. Yeah, you don't like my list? That's cool. Still going to be there. I'm still going to watch it. So
no, we're not putting the gold child in there. Sorry. It's not going to make it. It's not making it. Sorry.
Okay. All right. My number 3, Scientists, Parrot.
Is that the same movie?
Is that the reason why you were talking? So like, I gotta save it for what am I?
I was like, I got stuff to say, but I'll wait.
Maybe I need to go watch this movie again then.
I think so. I saw it at the theater, so I saw it before I heard anything.
Oh yeah, I know you saw it at the theater since Quincy came home running his mouth instantly. The shark is swimming backwards. Shut your stupid ass up. Let me watch it. Dude, shit was fucking dope.
So
calm the fuck.
Did he do
down.
that to every movie you saw?
Pretty much every movie he saw without me.
So it's kind of like you got this hyped up thing where he's hyping it up, and you're kind of like, all right, this wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Like,
Not
you think
that.
was
It's you hype it up and then you give me all the details. It's like be hype about it and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. There's nothing to look forward to. No more surprises.
Yeah. Men in Black. Oh yeah, and then this guy, and then he shot his head off and he threw back. Shut the fuck up. Let me see it.
Yeah. No, like I said, saw it when it first came out. So like the Samuel Jackson scene, that whole thing was just like a shock to the entire theater. So being able to experience that with no spoilers and everything is really what made the movie, because it was like they really did that. And it was one of those jump things, like it happened and you jump and it's like they fucking killed him. So, and I think it was like not expected to be enjoyable. Because it's like it's a shark film, they're fucking swimming backwards, like all of this bullshit, but it was an enjoyable film.
Yeah,
but it's not. But it's the idea is not bullshit. It's just bullshit when somebody spoils it for you. Let me be shocked that this motherfucker's smart enough to not swim forward.
The whole thing about like trying to find a cure to Alzheimer's by like using shark's DNA or whatever the brain, like they do some type of experiment. I don't know. Like I rolled with it. And I think what really helps this movie is like, Samuel Jackson, LL Cool J, Thomas Jane, like that. That's the reason why I like this film compared to like they're like, oh, part 2's coming out, part 3. I'm like, I don't know any motherfucker that's in this movie, and there's no reason
to. I know there were sequels.
Yeah, there were sequels, and I was like, nah. If you ain't got LL Cool J, flips his lighter out, and says, "You ate my bird," and lights the like thing on kitchen on fire. If you ain't got that in your movie, I ain't fucking interested in it. Right?
And then the soundtrack.
If you ain't got that song, then
my car, it looks like there's a shark fin on top. DeMarcus said, "Mom, your car looks like a shark's fin." So every time I see my car, I sing that song in my car.
My god.
What you need to do, Tasha, record your car driving, and then send or edit something, and then put that song deepest, bluest. My car is like a shark's fin. Do what I did. Edit out.
It wasn't even a good song.
It really wasn't.
It's a guilty pleasure for me. Yeah, dude, there's a guilty pleasure songs I have. Just like, well, maybe not "Come With Me" by Puff Daddy, but
oh no, that's a hit. That's a classic right there.
That's a classic, but it's still kind of ridiculous. I want to fight you. I'll fucking bite you.
That shit's getting me hyped.
Oh man. So that's my number 3, the same as Josh.
That's fucking hilarious. Number 2. Damn, I know hella quotes. Ponytail. Big nigga Winston. I want to do a quote. Beaumont got his brains blown out. That kind of rhymes.
Jackie Brown.
Yeah, I was saying it's Jackie Brown.
Samuel Jackson is classic in this movie. Classic. He doesn't give a shit about nothing but his money and guns.
You know what's crazy? like you could kind of say he's the same in a lot of his movies, but it works.
It's like he's a different character, but he's still Samuel Jackson. It's like it's literally Samuel Jackson playing this guy.
It's like he can change his look a bit. Kind of like, I know what you mean, like he's still Samuel Jackson, but like it's a different take. It's kind of like Johnny Depp kind of like changes, he kind of sounds the same, but he changes his look a bit.
That same personality, like the personality's still there, but you're a different person.
Yeah, exactly.
It works. It works so well.
Every time. It works every fucking time.
Yeah.
Jackie Brown I watched that movie hell of times. I've
seen it a couple times.
I watched it hell of times. He's fucking hilarious. He's fucking hilarious in that movie. That fucking ponytail is ridiculous, but he's fucking hilarious.
I gotta see it. I've never seen it before. I've seen parts of it, but I think I'm old enough to like understand what's going on. Because when I was young, if I didn't understand a movie, I'd be like, "Oh, it's dumb," because I didn't understand it. I was a little kid that didn't understand.
This movie's stupid.
Stupid, yeah. Stupid. Why? Because it is. All right, let's move on. All right? Stop, all right? Ask me. Okay.
Well, we won't say much about it, just so we won't spoil it. But
I mean, I know what happens. I know what happens in it because I've watched parts here and there, but I never watched the film as a whole. Mm-hmm. So I think I know what happens to Chris Tucker.
Oh, okay.
And,
I was going to mention that part. That's why I was like, maybe we should talk about it.
I wanted to do quotes from that, but I couldn't think of the quotes. That whole scene was hella funny. Hella stupid, but it was hella funny. Because Chris Tucker showed up randomly. I think he only had that little bit of scene, then he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking hilarious. I love Jackie Brown. I can go watch that anytime. Anytime. Put it on.
Out. Okay, I'll check it out.
Okay.
Anything else, or is that it?
That's about it. And nothing to say. Has some passion in there, right? Right, viewers. I had passion, didn't I? Just a little bit.
Yeah. We're working on it. We're trying to do.
We're getting it together. Don't worry about it.
Our passion and our facts. So we don't upset anybody out there.
Lamar just did his number 2, right? You just did your number 2?
Jackie Brown, yeah.
Jackie Brown was your number 2. Okay. So next.
Okay. Next one. My turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 2. So number 2 is Bombs, Taxi, a sign that says I hate everybody, but really the real version is I hate
everybody.
Wow, yeah. That was high on your list. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to what Lamar was saying. This was actually the first movie that really kind of introduced me to Samuel Jackson.
Right. It made you pay attention.
Yeah. Like, this is my favorite. I'll say this is my favorite Die Hard film, Die Hard with a Vengeance, because I like when they go back and forth. And it's not really, it's violent, but it's not like gory. There's not a lot of blood.
It's not necessarily violent. It's more like destructive. Like they're getting fucked up.
It's more suspenseful.
Yeah.
And I Samuel Jackson's shit that he says cracks me up. He's all, hey Zeus, you didn't say hey Zeus, you saying hey Zeus, God of thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
When y'all shove a lightning ball up your ass.
Puerto Rican.
Or what's the part where he's all, how to hot wire a car? Yeah. And he puts a little thing in the ignition. He puts that little knife in the ignition. He's all, takes too fucking long.
Didn't he tell him it's not because I'm black?
Yeah. I think I've gone back to watch this a lot more times than the other movies. That's why it's high up, and then could be more nostalgia. There's a lot of nostalgia in this.
But no, this is I won't even put it on nostalgia. This is just an all around good action movie. Yeah, it's like what a lot of people want to mimic that chemistry they had in this movie. It's kind of hard to do. Yeah, like with all the action, because it's like they weren't forcing the jokes and shit. It just kind of happened. The funny shit would just kind of happen.
Yeah, usually when they try to when somebody bickers back and forth, because it's a buddy comedy, but they always argue back and forth. But I think maybe that's just Samuel Jackson. Like anybody you put him with, he's good in. Except
that's what I'm saying. It's like he doesn't give you.
Except for Hitman's Bodyguard. I could not do that film. I did not like that film.
I liked it for what it was. I wouldn't watch it again, but I had fun watching it. But
I think it's the case. Movie. It's the case Lamar's case. It's when Sam came up to me and was like, "Man, that movie's hella good, man. It's hella funny." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I checked it out. I was like, "Where's the funny part? When am I supposed to laugh?"
Oh, you know what? Hitman's Bodyguard was all right, man. Like it wasn't terrible. It was all right. It was all right.
I just heard somebody
watch it again.
I think that's my favorite. And I believe them. Yeah. What's up?
My favorite scene is when he's sitting there complaining about Samuel L. Jackson. He's just talking shit, and all the shit was happening behind him. What's his name? What's the main guy's name?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, when he's just sitting there talking shit about Samuel L. Jackson, he's like mocking him and mimicking him shit, and all the shit's happening behind him. That shit was fucking hilarious to me. Hilarious. Yeah, it's not a movie you would throw on, but it's like it is what it is. It was cool.
Yeah, I get that.
I was gonna say about Die Hard with a Vengeance. So that came out in 95. So it's still pretty young. I was 13 when that came out. Before that, The Lion King came out in 94. So it was amazing to me to see that Scar, seeing the real person that played Scar's voice in The Lion King.
Jimmy Irons is
Yeah.
No, I'm saying at that time I didn't care about who was doing the voice. I cared about Jason Weaver.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, the voice of singing Simba, but not act.
I didn't.
Why?
I just remember that being amazing
weird
to me. Yeah. It was amazing.
Because I didn't even know that until you just said it right now.
Fascinating.
Yeah. I didn't know this was same with all the other movies. I didn't know this was like the third installment of the franchise. I thought this was actually just a movie.
Just the movie, right?
Movie, yeah. Which
no
it's
bullshit. Because when they were saying when he does a flashback, he's like my brother.
Yeah, he does
flashback, his brother falling. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why did we?
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. I was just like, this is just a movie. And then I found out it was two other ones because it didn't say Die Hard 3.
Right.
It said Die Hard with Vengeance.
Yeah.
So you think that's just the title of the movie?
To me, it was just oh, that's Samuel Jackson with whoever that is.
Yeah.
I didn't know what movie it was. Every time Dad put on a movie, I didn't know what the fuck movie it was. So sometimes I'm like, damn, what was that movie with that one dude? That kid's in the hospital, and like I think it was like a movie with Michael Keaton. Like an example of another movie. I was like, fuck, I can't remember that movie. It looked interesting. But yeah, Die Hard with a Vengeance. Samuel Jackson makes that movie. Like Bruce Willis is good, but if you just took Samuel Jackson out of that movie,
it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be the same. I don't know who you could replace him, but no, Samuel Jackson to me, I think you can put him in with anybody, and he's not trying to he doesn't try to. He still doesn't he still is like what's it called? He doesn't try to one up him, but like since he's always like the standout person. He can't. He does it. He can't help it. He just
is who he is. Like you can tell, he's not trying. He's just being.
He's not trying to upstage him, or do anything.
Yeah,
that's who he is.
In every fucking movie, even in Django, it's like he's just being Samuel L. Jackson. It's like what was Samuel Jackson doing this scene? Basically, is what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's like over the top. It can seem over the top, but then it doesn't because it's him doing it. It's like this is just Samuel L. Jackson.
Hey, Pixar. Hey, do a spinoff of Frozone. Make another
That's what they should do. I don't know why they haven't done that yet.
I don't know why either. Like I like Frozone. I basically just Iceman or any man with ice powers, but he's cool in it. So
it should, because that last Incredibles was fucking stupid. So they should just do the Frozone movie.
I can't. I don't get upset about that movie because I didn't care for the first one that much. But when people tell me like, oh, it was great, I'm like, 14 years later, this is the best you can do. You couldn't make me just be like, oh man, couldn't make a non-fan be a fan, be like, oh man, I really like this sequel. Because I thought like the end of the first movie kind of set it up. We were like, okay, this would be a cool premise to continue from, and they didn't.
They dropped the ball all the way. The first one, I loved the first one though. But this
I did enjoy the first one a lot more. The first one was like fucking action packed.
Yeah.
Hella violent. And then
this one was like women are powerful.
Wait, are you talking about Incredibles or?
Yeah, Incredibles.
Oh, okay.
Off on a tangent, right?
Yeah.
I was like, are you talking about Die Hard, the first one, or the Incredibles first one? Action packed. I was like, wait, what movie are we talking about?
No, like the second one had some action in it, but not compared to the first one.
It was action you didn't care about. The action was like secondary, like because the action was damn near, and they didn't even focus on it. It was kind of like just this is what she's doing. And he's at home taking care of the kids. It was like, this shit is stupid.
Like, no, this one like flashes like in the first one, he's like running around making like things running to each other, exploding. They're fucking up people, like doing all this cool stuff. Like I thought that was dope. And then the second one, I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right. Oh, we're not doing anything now.
Yeah, we don't care.
Like you don't care. Yeah. So might as well just do a Frozone film. That's cool. Women empowerment for girls too. Yeah. What about what was it called? Black Power for Frozone, you know what I mean? Like,
we gave you Black Panther, relax.
Yeah, they're like, oh, okay. And so when they gave us Soul, so I guess we move on. And they gave us Princess and the Frog, but more frog.
Less princess, more frog.
Less princess, more frog. Yeah. They're like, let's not get a hold of ourselves. Let's just put her in for about a good 15 minutes of screen time, and then put her in the frog, and then maybe some other lifetime. We'll think about another.
And it was like, take the black guy. Get the black guy here. Put him in Make him blue.
What would Disney do? He would not do any black person. I mean, he would make her turn into a frog because that's a fairy tale. People turning into frogs.
It makes more sense.
Yeah.
Side note about Princess and the Frog, Lamar. I was telling Josh that Chandrea used to think that
she used to call me the fucking guy. What's his name? The fucking witch
Dr. Shadow. What is it? Shadow Man.
Shadow something.
Dr. Facilier. Dr. Facilier.
I don't remember. I didn't really watch Princess and the Frog, surprisingly, but she used to think Lamar. She's like, Uncle Lamar.
Really? Huh.
So we went to Disneyland one year.
I was like, what
we saw him walking, and I was like, Chandrea, go take a picture with him and send it to Uncle Lamar and say, I didn't know you worked here.
I mean,
watched that recently, and he was
yeah, I was like, really? Yeah.
She said it. She told me that. She said he sounds just like you. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, so Josh, you did number 2. Yeah, your number 2 is Die Hard with
Die Hard with Vince. Yeah.
Okay. So my number 2, my clues are Sabian, hostages, crooked cops.
Negotiator?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's a classic, Josh. Look how he's looking around.
Yeah, so I got a little visitor. Hold on.
A little visitor. Hey.
Hi, get out of here. It's not your podcast time. Kick rocks.
They can't.
Why are you dabbing and disappearing?
All right, now we can hear it. Now she can hear you. All right.
What's up?
I'm like fading in and out.
Yeah. Like a ghost.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Sorry, guys. Sorry not to interrupt you.
Sorry not to, as you interrupt us. You say sorry not to interrupt us. As you interrupt us, you say sorry not to interrupt.
We got a Zoom bomber.
What'd you say?
You want to put the headphones on? Headphones in your ear?
I can't hear you.
You can't share headphones. It's COVID.
Get out of here.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Get out of here.
Had 1/3 of the trio of podcasts show
2/3.
up.
2/3.
2/3 were here. Yeah.
Yeah. Until we all together for our future film review.
Or
Candyman.
Yeah.
Ania's gonna be pissed because she couldn't fast forward fast enough. I said it 5 times quick. She's gonna be pissed.
You're gonna be mad at you.
And Tasha, you leave it in there. Because as soon as I say it, she's probably looking for the remote like, shit!
She's gonna stop following us.
Yeah. She was after the fifth time, have him pop out from like the scariest part of part 1.
Oh, that is going to be hilarious. And do the count too. I want you to do Candyman and do 1, 2, 3, 4. She's gonna
do the scene where he appears in the bathroom with the music and the lightning and everything. All the effects right there.
I could just see her trying to get the remote and die.
She like fuck. That's another thing she's all. Hey, I don't do any scary movies. I was like, all right, well, I didn't make any promises, so I mean, I know you don't. You're doing it.
She's dead fucking serious too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So back to my number 2, the
negotiator. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, when you were talking about it being an honorable mention, I was like, that's my number 2. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why I was like, Josh, please stop. Like, you don't know who got what movies on here. You're just like, yeah, that other movie bullshit.
Yeah. No,
but this one,
like I said, I don't think there's like out of all the movies we've mentioned, I don't think there's a terrible. Well, I mean, when he's like the main focus in it, or he's like the 3rd or 4th main character, I don't think there's a terrible Samuel Jackson film.
Right.
I've seen,
so far.
Yeah. Like even I said like 187 I didn't like as a kid, but growing up I appreciate it more and I like it. But still, maybe top 10, 15, whatever. But definitely not one that I'd be like, man, that's your number 3 on the list. That's fucking Shrek. I haven't seen a Shrek in life, right? I didn't.
Yes.
No. Or life, that's one of those, right? I haven't heard one of those. I'd be like, well.
Okay, so every time I think of the movie The Negotiator, I think about how hype you guys' dad was when we were walking out the theater. He was like, I fucking love that movie. He was like hype. He was like, that shit was good from beginning to end. Samuel Jackson, he did fucking great. He was like hype all the way walking out of the theater. And everybody listening was just like, yeah.
I don't want to see what he saw.
Yeah.
He was hype.
We're going to sneak into Negotiators. I got his money.
Like,
fuck Aladdin. We're going to see Negotiator.
Yeah. Well, the first time I saw that movie, I was watching, for some reason I started watching Enemy of the State. And that's a movie that just goes from beginning to end. It's like a ride that doesn't stop. So I'm like, man, I'm in a mood to watch something like that. Something suspenseful as that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check out Negotiator. Mm-hmm. And that shit was just as intense. Yeah. Was that?
You didn't go to the movies with us to watch it? You wasn't
there? No. The first time I saw parts of it, I was at my grandpa's and I'm like in my room playing like video games. And then in the living room, I'm hearing like Samuel Jackson yelling, and I'm like, is he the bad guy or what's he doing? What's his issue? Yeah, but like, no, him and Kevin Spacey at the time, before we knew who Kevin Spacey was. Yeah, where he got canceled. Both of them were really good in the movie. And when I heard him talk, I was like, is that fucking Hopper from A Bug's Life? Like when he's shouting, I was like, that's Hopper.
I didn't know these things. Like back then, I didn't pay attention to things like that. Like
I do. Voice actors.
Yeah, I didn't. But like, I kept on hearing. I was like, that fucking bugs me. Who the hell does he play? And then, he's shouting like that's Hopper shouting at Flick. But this ain't Bug's Life. He's shouting at these other officers. Yeah.
No, negotiate. I think Dad had a lot to do with that. Was like a good hype, and I think it had to do with the fact that we saw it with him. So it wasn't like him hyping it and spoiling it for us. It was just like adding to it because it was a really good movie.
It was a fucking fantastic movie.
Yeah.
So with him just hyping it up afterwards, it's like, that was
yeah, what he said. Hell yeah.
I usually don't do this, but yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that's cool.
That was intense as edge of your seat. It was such a good movie.
Shoot, that was what's his name? F. Gary Gray, the guy that did Friday and Law Abiding Citizen. I think if he did more suspenseful films, like he'd be good at it. Because this one and Law Abiding Citizen I thought were really good.
Yeah. Law Abiding Citizen was fucking crazy.
That movie.
Yeah.
And that was A Time to Kill too.
Shit, dude, fucking ecstasy, man. That shit was fucking crazy, man. Like, it was the Joker. Like, if the Joker was in The Time to Kill, that would be Law Abiding Citizen right there. Yeah.
So Negotiator is my number 2.
Yeah. Good one.
So now we're doing everybody's number 1.
My number 1. Standoff. Don't ever say no. You always say, I'll see what I can do.
Sorry. I can't finish it. Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Fuck that, Josh. You can't shit on my number 1 movie in the beginning of your list.
What do you get those saying? What's his name? The one of the white the guy that said, "Don't say no anymore."
Yeah, we're all right. Just don't be fucking saying no anymore.
It was like, whoa, that was a fucking lie.
That movie was so genius. It's like you felt like you were in there with him. Like when he was saying that, he was like, "I know you're lying because you're looking up to the left." So when he's doing it, you're like the guy when he's on the ground. He was like, "That's a fucking lie if I ever seen one."
Yeah,
that shit was genius. It's like he had both sides because the cops were kind of on his side, and then half of them weren't. The dirty ones weren't. It was like you don't know who the fuck is up to what in there. They always got that same white asshole dude from fucking from Bait. From every movie is a fucking asshole.
Oh, I think his name is David Morse, the guy with the mustache, the tall white guy with the mustache.
Does he have a mustache? Or he has blonde hair?
I think he was in 16 Blocks.
He's like whitish blonde hair or something like that.
You say he was in Bait. He was the main cop in Bait, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always plays that asshole.
Yeah.
You know who else is in Negotiator? Abraham from Walking Dead. He was the sharpshooter. He was the one that wouldn't shoot when
yeah. He was the one I can't do it.
Yeah. That was Abraham.
Yeah. I gotta watch that again. I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah.
Because Abraham was the guy who played Rudy, right?
No.
What?
It's not. They look like the same motherfucker.
That's the guy from Lord of the Rings. And
Sean Astin. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's completely different. Maybe not completely, but
I thought they were the same guy. I thought it was the same guy.
No,
okay, so my number 1 was The Negotiator.
Okay.
We went all the way out of here.
Yeah. It's been 2 weeks. We got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
And it's already after 7.
Yeah.
So Negotiator's your number 1. Anything more to say about it? Or did we cover everything?
My number 1 is Winter Soldier, Captain. Yeah, I mean it's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, your dad was hyped off of it, so it did kind of adds to that. Like I said, every time I see it, I think of that because it was like a good movie. When we were in there, we were like stuck on the movie. Then when we left, it was kind of quiet, but your dad just like went off. And it's kind of like you kind of got rehyped again. Like hell yeah, that was a good movie. Like yeah, that was fucking fantastic.
I can imagine him. Yeah.
No, he was hyped.
Have you seen Negotiator? No. What? Man.
Why did he do his face exactly?
I've seen that so many times. It's hard not.
Oh shit! Every time I see like the cover of that movie, I think of that. Like he was hyped. Like fuck every other movie that came out. This is the one.
To this day, too. You talk about that movie to this day. Yeah.
But no, that was my favorite Samuel because I liked the chemistry of him and what's his name? The way they because it's like they're like outwitting each other.
Talking about Samuel Jackson and
Samuel Jackson and
Kevin Spacey. Yeah, because
Kevin Spacey, the two negotiators.
Yeah. So
because he knows what they're gonna do. He knows what's coming because that's his job.
So who is the negotiator? Is it Samuel Jackson or is it Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey.
It's Kevin Spacey.
All right, really? Okay. I was thinking that too. I was like wondering, like
Samuel Jackson is a negotiator, but
he's
the negotiator.
Yeah, to help with the crisis of going on.
Like, the whole shit is just interesting, like because he's like a professional at his job, and he knows who else is a professional. So he's like, I don't want to talk to nobody else but him.
Right.
And then it's you can't outwit me. I'm not going to try to outwit you, but I'm gonna try to undercut and do it. Like it's like I like the bounce.
Yeah, well, he's the only person he can trust because he's like, you're not part of my group. I have no idea who's corrupt and who's not.
Right.
So I have to get somebody outside. And
yeah.
I love the introduction to his character where he's like trying to talk to his daughter.
His wife.
And his wife, or like whoever it was. Like, he's all, I can negotiate with everybody else, but I can't get my daughter to open the door. Like that was a little cool little thing.
But also the side characters that he has hostage too. Were fun to watch. Like you had the comedic character.
Oh, Giovanni's always funny in what he does, and so that was enough comedy to not take away from like the suspense in the movie.
It makes sense. It blends in. It's not forced.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Like
I
said, when you're listening to him, it's like that's how I would be reacting in that situation. When he's like the callback, he's like, "You guys all right? Yeah, we're all right, but don't be fucking saying no more." It's like you about to get me killed.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like I remember I was watching it with Dad. He came in the room and he's like, "Oh, you watching Negotiator?" So we're watching it. We started laughing at, don't say no more, motherfucker. Like, he came out natural. Like, like, you won't get me killed. Shut the fuck up. Like stuff like that. Yeah.
And then the scene where I forget I think it was one of the cops that ended up coming in and he had him hostage too. And then he put on this whole show and took him to another room and makes it
act like he killed him.
Yeah.
Like
even that was like, did he or didn't he?
Right.
Yeah. When I first saw the movie, like saw clips of it at my grandpa's house, I thought he killed him. I wasn't used to Samuel Jackson.
Right.
I thought he was the bad guy. I was like, did he kill somebody? And then all of a sudden he makes it. Spoiler alert, he makes it through the movie, and I was like, after he killed that one dude, but they didn't show it. They never showed it. Like the way he did it, it was cool because he knocked him out, put him in the room, shot it. The shot went off. His wife heard it.
I don't even think he knocked him out though.
He was taped up.
I think his mouth was taped.
Yeah.
So he couldn't scream or anything.
He couldn't do something. Yeah, like he was in that room where nobody could see him, and he basically said like, I had to convince people that I was serious.
Yeah, because when Kevin Spacey came in, he went and showed him like I had never killed anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
But then they had already. I think they'd already killed the one guy, right? They
shot him in the chair because he was like, he said, look where he got shot at. It was like center mass. It's like that was an assassination. That was no accident.
Right. Yeah, such a good movie.
Great fucking
movie. Now I might go back and watch it sometime because
no, you won't because you said it was rewind the tape. Everybody out there, rewind to the beginning.
I said it was an honorable mention.
An honorable mention.
Yeah. That's like saying I hate this movie. That's the equivalent of saying
don't be like them motherfuckers like, oh, you don't like it?
Yeah.
I this movie, Josh. It was okay. Oh, Bird said this movie's whack.
He said it was his worst one.
Sam does that to me like a lot of times, or like he used to, where it's like, man, he's saying that movie's not good. I said it was okay. Okay doesn't mean I hate it.
He said it was terrible, everybody.
Yeah. How do you think of the movie? I liked it. He fucking loved it. Or like, it's
he says the best movie ever.
Movie ever, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely enjoyed this movie. Like, to me, like I said, rewind it. I said there's no bad Samuel Jackson movie on any of our lists.
That is how you started
so
it,
listen,
though.
Yeah. So, listen to that. All right.
Slow down your fingers. He was just joking, guys. He didn't say he hated it.
No. I said Negotiator was a really good movie.
Your dad was like, what, motherfucker?
Yeah.
I don't like you anymore. You're no longer my son. You don't know movies.
You've been watching the movie too much. You've been watching the white Samuel Jackson movies. He's a real black, Samuel Jackson movie. Negotiator, all right.
Oh, man. All right, well, I'm curious to see what your number one is, Josh.
Hell yeah, me too.
Let's see. I can't block him. Way Out with Cheese. Big Kahuna Burger. Bad Motherfucker. Yeah.
Okay.
Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, surprisingly, that is my favorite Samuel Jackson movie.
I'm surprised because I must have been here. I thought you said you never watched it fully.
No, I've watched it. I didn't
Jackie
think
Brown, he hasn't watched fully.
I haven't watched
Jackie
Brown,
okay, Jackie Brown.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction is not my favorite Quentin Tarantino film, third at most. But like, just thinking about every time I watch it, I always like Samuel Jackson. I know he's great in everything he's in, but like, dude, he fucking brings it in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he cracks me up. He says some fucked up shit, but he cracks me up. And at the ending, it was up.
It seems like they just let him do what he wanted to do in this movie.
Yeah,
like he just got loose.
It was like one minute he's still like, "Hey, where's the briefcase?" It's over. I don't remember asking you a goddamn. And he's like, "You were saying?"
They just said your name is Jules.
So, yeah, your name is Jules Samuel Jackson, and lights, camera, action, all that stuff.
That whole thing is classic.
Yeah.
I you a cotton.
Man, flock of seagulls. Like he's like that first like when they go into the hotel is fucking great. Like John Travolta's, he's cool in it. Bruce Willis is cool. Everybody's cool in it. Mm-hmm. But to me, like I said, as always, Samuel Jackson's the highlight of the film, and all the shit that I remember a lot of quotes from this movie, and I could probably just go back and just watch his scenes in it, and then probably skip the rest of it. I like, he's like, tell that bitch be cool. Say it, bitch be cool.
He said, tell that bitch to be cool. Tell her to chill out.
Listen, yo, fucking gun down. You're doing great.
No, fucking classic.
Yeah, that's my number one. Yeah, surprisingly, I was like I think about like the way I choose my list. I think about like, damn, whether I'm like I enjoy that movie a lot, I go back to watch it a lot, quote it. Like just I tell people my overall enjoyment. I don't think about it. I gotta feel like what I feel is like the best Samuel Jackson movie or Eddie Murphy film.
Right. That's what I do. It's like because I don't do it off just his characters. I do it off the overall movie. Like it's him in the movie.
Yeah. Well, like when people say like, well, this is classic, I'm like, okay, it's a classic, but that's not the reason why I would choose like on my list. It's a classic.
Because it's a classic.
That's I mean,
you're not putting it on your list just because it's a classic. You're putting it
going with the win is the classic.
That's what it's yeah, and
that ain't making none of my fucking list. And I've never seen it.
No, I thought about seeing it just because I'm into film, but everybody that I know that's in the film say they don't give a fuck about it. So that means I probably won't give a fuck about it. Yeah. Well, my thing is like, Citizen Kane's a good movie. It's a classic movie. But I wouldn't put it on any list from like my favorite film in black and white or noir film.
Right.
Because it's a classic, but it's not a classic to me.
It ain't no Pleasantville.
No.
Pleasantville is a classic.
Or the Snyder Cut Justice League in black and white. That's considered a classic.
He said Pleasantville.
I
love Pleasantville, man. I love
That's a cool one too. That's another movie I watched as an adult and liked it more and understood what they were doing in that movie. Yeah, but number one, Samuel Jackson Jules from there, and I
really thought your number one was gonna be Star Wars.
Well, he's not in there enough, huh?
No,
he's not really. I haven't seen it.
Just because he's in his pictures, that's why I was like, is it?
Because like I said, like these are like characters, like big characters, like Mace Windu, Glass, Samuel Jackson. Like for like a worldwide audience, I think these are like his like 4 main characters. Not top 4, but like 4 really well known.
Popularity wise.
Stand out, yeah. But like you say Negotiator compared to like everybody else, they won't know his character.
Right.
But I'll say this straight up. I do like the Star Wars films, episode 1 through 3, but they wouldn't be on my top 10. They weren't even on my honorable mentions. Negotiator was on my honorable mention.
Damn.
You know, yeah. Because I said they're cool, but they're not great films. I'm a fan of the Star Wars films, but I'd rather watch Shaft, Deep Blue Sea.
So you done, so for Star Wars for you is like me for Walking Dead right now. It's like if it comes out, you have to watch it just because you care about the franchise.
No, I don't have to watch it. I don't have to watch it. I'm not watching. If it's bad, I'm not gonna watch it. Like, because the prequels I enjoyed, but the new Star Wars films, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like the new Star Wars films, that's Walking Dead. The prequels, they're kind of like, you know, when Walking Dead wasn't as good, but still okay.
Right.
And then once it got worse, that's when the sequel trilogy came out. So yeah, like I said, I enjoy Mace Windu. He's cool. He's a badass. But like these five films, I've gone back to watch more when it comes to like not just a Samuel Jackson film, but films in general.
That's just good movies.
Yeah. So
okay.
And I've never seen. I'm sorry, I was saying. Has anybody seen Glass or Unbreakable?
No, I haven't seen either one.
What do you think, Tasha? Should I check them out?
Oh, you haven't seen them?
Nope.
Not even Unbreakable?
Nope.
Really?
I haven't seen either one.
I say check them out.
Oh, they're cool. Okay, eventually. Yeah.
But you got to watch Unbreakable and then Split and then Glass.
Right.
Okay, they're also
Split was cool, but I think I fell asleep on it. That was before I had my machine, so I got the energy now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll watch that after I watch Negotiator.
Yeah.
All right.
No, they're worth checking out. That's for sure. So so my number one, the clues are Secret Agent, Memory Loss, Hennessy.
Is that Glass?
No.
Unbreakable?
No. No.
Memory Loss, Hennessy. What was the other one?
Wait.
Secret
Is it
Agent.
Changing Lane? Was that?
Secret Agent, Memory Loss, Hennessy.
Hitman's Bodyguard? No. I'm tripping. No.
I was wondering if this one would be hard for you guys.
It is because I can't remember a Secret Agent being in Hennessy.
So the main actress in this movie is Gina Davis.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yes.
I forgot all about that movie. Oh shit, yeah.
Love that. I absolutely love that.
That is actually a really good film. Yeah.
She's a suburban mom, and then we come to find out she's a secret agent, and then she starts getting her memory back, and then Samuel Jackson he's almost like a private investigator that gets hired to help her go find out some information about her past, and it comes to be that she's a badass secret agent that was shot in the head, and that's how she lost her memory.
She thinks she's a chef. I mean, she is a chef, but
she was actually a hitman.
I'm a chef. She's all like doing hell of stuff with the vegetables.
Yeah. I watched that movie so
I don't think I ever seen it.
Hey, you know what? Nobody brings her up as like, you know how they say like, badass female characters.
Long Kiss Goodnight. She's badass.
She's badass. And nobody brings her. Gina Davis is badass in that movie. I guess.
And the cop negotiator is in it. He's the one that's like torturing her to get information at one point in the movie, because she thinks that he's like an old boyfriend, but he was actually somebody she was hired to kill, and he's like torturing her. And it's the cop we were just talking about from
the ancient cop.
Oh yeah, the one from Bait
and a Negotiator. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So did this movie come out around a time where there was some kind of other female badass movie?
I
couldn't think so. No,
I don't really recall.
This is the only movie I've seen Gina Davis play that role. I haven't seen it. Oh, I mean, maybe
when it came out, I think I saw it like it was a blockbuster night. So just I think I heard about it, saw the cover, and was like, oh, I'll check this out, and ended up really liking it. I didn't see it at the theater, but I don't recall like what else was out around that time.
Yeah,
because normally they'll do like a movie like this, and then it'll come out under another movie like that with a bigger budget. So it kind of gets like drowned out. Yeah,
it wasn't I guess it would be along the lines of like a cult classic type of movie. Like, if you know about it, you know about it, but it wasn't like a big hit film. But I absolutely love that movie.
I enjoyed it
all the time.
I've seen it like once all the way through in parts here and there, but I remember really enjoying it.
And Samuel Jackson is Samuel Jackson. He's hella funny in it.
He's great in it. He's great in it.
Yeah. And he's got a big part in it because he gets hired to like take her to meet people and do all this stuff to figure out who she is, and then he gets like consumed into this life that she's starting to realize that she was a part of, and like stuff just starts happening to him, and it's a good ass movie.
So it was like what's the movie with Matt Damon when he's like a super soldier but he doesn't know?
Born Identity.
Born Identity.
Yeah.
She's not. No, she's a badass in it. She's not more martial arts. She's more like weaponry.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he's more martial arts and like stealth.
Right.
And the fight scene is cool, but like she's more like badass when it comes to like which
I'll shoot
remember,
you.
I forgot what she did. What she did when she did that dude. She took his eye out and licks it, and all chefs do that. Like
no. She broke his neck and he was bleeding. Okay. She had blood on her hand and she licked it. And she
Let's do that. Yeah. I was like, how the fucking chef does that? That's one I know.
I think you would enjoy it, Lamar.
No, I would.
It's
like I said, I think it flew under the radar for me. Like I didn't even. I know that when you guys say the name of you guys say the title, I've heard that before, but I never
saw it.
It's funny because the guy that directed Long Kiss Goodnight directed Deep Blue Sea. So
really,
I wonder if he was all like, "Hey, Samuel Jackson, want to do a movie?"
Do this one too.
Yeah, Rennie Harlan, that's his name. Like he's known for doing a lot of action films. And Long Kiss Goodnight was like one of his was a big one he did. But funny as how like I don't think too many people know about it unless you were there at the time.
It's kind of hard because I know about it and I watched it so much, so of course I want to think like, oh, it was popular, but I don't think it really was, like if you really think about it. But like I said, like classic level.
I'm interested to know what movies came out around that time, because normally that's what happened. It'd be like a good movie that came out, but this one had a bigger budget and bigger promotion, so this one kind of fell under the radar.
Yeah, and I wonder if it even went to the theater. I have to check, but
I think it did. It probably wasn't as big.
Not there that long.
Yeah. Because I don't think it came out during the time, because there was like I think maybe like early or mid 2000s where they started making movies for VHS, like when they had big names for VHS. Like I don't remember a lot of them coming out unless they were like unknowns
right
there. So I'm pretty sure it came out in theaters because, like I said, that dude did a lot of big movies. Even if they weren't
mid to late 90s when it came out, like maybe 97, 98.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because I saw it during that time. Or I saw my grandpa's. It was either I saw movies like that at my dad's or my grandpa's house, because they like
and they were just on.
Yeah, they was on like, oh, this is the next big movie. Let's watch it. It's entertaining.
So that's our top 5 Samuel L. Jackson movies. Did I redeem myself from the Eddie Murphy list?
Yeah, but that Eddie Murphy list still exists. So.
Well. Because you said Tasha,
this one was so much easier for me.
Yeah, because you're more like, you seem like you're more a fan of Samuel Jackson movies than you are Eddie Murphy films.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it seems like.
I was looking through his filmography. Samuel Jackson has hella movies.
He got hella fucking movies.
Hella movies. His catalog is way longer than Eddie Murphy's.
Yeah.
So. I think more than anybody else.
Maybe, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, because I was talking to my uncle and he was like wondering why we didn't do Morgan Freeman, and because he's a fan of Morgan Freeman, and we were talking about all the movies he was in. I was like, haven't seen it. Like I like Morgan Freeman, but I think I've seen a lot more movies than Samuel Jackson. I enjoy a lot more movies than Samuel Jackson. Well, not saying more now. I'm not saying Morgan Freeman's a bad actor.
Right.
He's great in everything he does. He's probably in a lot better, like, successful or well-known film. Like, was it Commercial Success?
Yeah, he's
where,
more
like, critics
Oscar
like
films.
Exactly.
More, Morgan Freeman is more mature than the type of acting I like look for. Like he was already old when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So the only movie that really caught my eye where I'm like, oh, he's the shit was like fucking Lean on Me. Other than that, it's like I can't think of no standout. For me, at least, no standout Morgan Freeman movie where I'm like, oh, he was great in this. I can't really, he's a great actor. It's like you know that he does his job, but there's nothing like what's that? Lucky Number 11. What the fuck is it called?
Lucky
Slevin.
Number 11, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he
that
was in
one.
that. Yeah,
So that's
I
a
like
good
that
movie,
too.
but it's not like he killed it. It's an all around good movie. It's never it's never this movie's good because of Morgan Freeman. Like
Yeah.
these movies that we picked, a lot of them wouldn't be as good without Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh yeah.
It's just the truth about it. So it's not that like I couldn't even give you a top 5 Morgan Freeman. I'd have to really study to find 5 movies. Morgan
That'd
Freeman.
probably be easy for me because I usually choose like even if I'm not the biggest fan of it, if I have to choose a number 5, I'm like, all right, I like that movie enough. That's number 5. You know, right. It's by default.
But it's by default. It's not necessarily caring as much as you care about these movies. Where you like it's important for you to pick the number 1 for you. With Morgan Freeman, you just like, oh, that one was good. That one was better
like that
than
one. Yep. Oh, Dark Knight, number 1. Because he's in it. Because
I forgot he was in Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was Samuel Jackson. Next, we're gonna do Them. Yes.
All right, so we gotta watch
the show Them. Okay.
Prime. Yeah.